I'm Van.
I'm Sori.
That's Lavi.
And Salty and Chip and Jim Root. I always like to bring Jim in there. Although he was in the picture on Instagram.
He was.
Yeah.
Shout out to the big homie Jim Root.
And Leah for sending it to me.
Shout out to my latest victim at on Madden. Much love to you, big homie.
No wonder you want to remain anonymous.
Get well soon. Get well soon.
Yes.
We're the world's village.
Yeah, this is an interesting one.
Yeah? I'm sure everybody knows who this brother
This
is.
big guy.
It's the big homie Alex Hefner. If you know what this is about, you know what it's about.
You know what it's about.
You know what it's about. You know what it's about. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's the big homie Alex Hefner.
Of course, I can't do those cool like fade ins, fade outs.
Alex. So I only watch like Alex to me is like the best reaction person.
Oh, I agree.
Like charisma wise,
yeah,
forget it.
It's seriously, whenever his videos are playing, I'm always like, the screen just keeps going, boom, 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 boom. It's like, and very entertaining. Well, he's just different than us, honey. He's very entertaining.
So yeah, no, I think he's got the most. I think he's the best, like personality wise. Forget it.
If my brother did a reaction channel, that's how he'd do it. Very interesting. Ooh, or my cousin.
I don't know.
Have you saw my brother when he climbed up on the roof?
I don't think your brother could bring that kind of energy on every single one. Yeah, the thing about him is like he's high energy, but he's not fake. No. He's never fake. That's what I love. I can't stand like, you know. So anyway, shout out to the big homie Alex Hefner. Was in the game before we were. That's for sure. So. We're not worthy. All right, so there he is rocking a Vin and Sori shirt, and we're rocking a Dope Past Day shirt.
I know.
This
shirt though, it's like, oh fuck, I can't wear this around the house, and it's so comfortable that I want to, but I'm like, the kids are gonna be like, why are you wearing a shirt that says "Have a Dope Ass Day"?
I mean, when you're a parent, you've got kind of like a do as I say, not as I do card.
So you think I could wear it?
I'm gonna wear it. It's a fucking comfortable shirt.
Yes, I know, but they expect you to be swearing. I mean, like that's not surprising to them.
It's not like a fuck you motherfucker
I like
shirt.
Slipped and said, "Clean the damn refrigerator," and then they were like, "What? You curse?" I'm like, "Well," I said, "I try not to."
That's a fucking lie.
I do try not to. You don't know a thing about it.
Look at this. Look at this. Black Sabbath sign of the Southern Cross.
Oh, somebody's asking for it. What is that name? Something almost American it looked like, but it's not. You're getting your request.
You're getting your request, my guy. All right, let's go.
Okay. That's the first time we said what we were doing.
Yep, it's true.
Okay.
Black Sabbath, sign of the Southern Cross. Let's do it.
Go.
Wait. No.
It's starting. Oh, that's very nice. Oh, wow.
If there isn't light when no one sees, then how can I know what you might believe? A story told that can't be real somehow must reflect the truth we feel. Fade away, vanish into smoke. Fade away, break the crystal dawn.
What? What? You liked it a lot?
Yikes. This is some bad motherfucking shit.
Okay.
That Ronnie James Dio guy's a bad motherfucker. Fight on! Like, he had that, like, authority, but he was still singing. Like, no disrespect, like, the guys that go high and stuff like that, I don't feel like, oh, that's a bad motherfucker. It's just like, whoa, that dude can really sing, and blah, blah, blah. This was like, did you hear me? Like, fight on! Like he had that authority in him.
Oh. I don't actually remember that part where he
at the very, very end. It was just like very attitude-y, very leather jackety, just like bad motherfucker. Like, yeah, I could sing, but I'm a bad man. Oh my gosh. Did you hear the bass work?
Yeah. There was some parts I really, really liked.
They left those gaps open and let the bass go in there and fill it. Like, golly. I don't know, man. Whoo.
Boy, this one's getting ranked high for you.
I can tell you right now, I'm not giving it a 10.
You're not?
I'm not going to give it a 10.
Why?
We'll talk about it later. What did you think of the song?
There was parts that I liked and some of it I really liked, but then it really felt very long.
Okay.
It felt long to me.
And the biggest disagreement we've ever had.
Probably. In regards to music, anyway.
Golly. What do you think the song was about lyrically?
I don't know. It was a little bit confusing. It seemed like some, I don't know, religious-y stuff in there. Breaking the crystal ball. I don't know why it was saying, like, basically something about getting strength from, like, come around the young and get strength. I didn't really understand what we were talking about.
I don't think he's getting strength from the young.
They will make us strong.
I don't think he's talking about the young. I think he's talking about the previous line.
Gather all around the young ones. They will make us strong.
I don't believe he's talking about them. I think he's talking about the previous line.
Okay.
Whispers from forgotten songs. And then he's telling the young ones to gather around because
the Psalms
will make us strong.
Oh, okay. Alright, yep.
Because the subject is from the book, the word is spoken, whispers from forgotten songs.
Oh, okay.
So it's an older generation telling the younger generation that the Psalms will make you strong.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is true.
Oh, yeah.
They will. Read them. Good night. I mean, subhanAllah, Batushka, like some of the, if you look at the lyrics, you can trace them to, like, you know, Psalm 51, and like some of the lyrics are like a conversation between God and a person, which is what the Psalms are most of the time.
Yep.
So it's that's an interesting line. To me, this is about like how people handle faith and religion, but it also sounded kind of sinister because Southern Cross. So there's a I forget, like it's a British flag or the UK flag. Like a lot of the UK flags have crosses in them.
Okay.
And this is like a British band or whatever. So like the, you know.
So what about it?
So like,
is it any
there's
different?
a lot of iconography, like of crosses in their flags and such.
Okay. But what do you mean by Southern Cross?
Well, Southern Cross, it could be a lot of things. It could be talking about. What I got from it was like Southern. I'm just associating with below, with lower, right? And then it's a metal band, so it's like it's the cross, which is a Christian symbol, but it's low, so it's kind of like sinister in the sense of like underworld type of thing.
Oh.
So it's a Southern Cross. It's like that dichotomy, because I feel like this guy, when he writes, because Dio was writing this, I'm assuming, he has a lot of...
Scroll down, doesn't it show you who was saying? Who wrote it?
He has a lot of irony.
Oh, it's not written.
Well, it's Dio singing, and he was the writer, I'm sure. I bet good money on it. So I don't know, it seems like the juxtaposition between being from the underworld, but at the same time being religious, because that's what's going on in the song.
Uh-huh.
Is there light when no one sees, and how can I know what you might believe? A story told that can't be real somehow must reflect the truth we feel. Like, you're saying that this Christianity, is like the ultimate truth that all of us should live our lives by, but it's like a story that can't, it's too good to be true.
Yeah,
like,
I can see that.
Oh, he rose from the dead, really? Oh, you and all the people you love are going to rise from the dead and live happily ever after.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, all your sins are forgiven.
Oh, yeah.
Past, present, and future, right.
Yeah, you don't even believe that, really.
In here I do.
So...
And then sometimes in my heart, but they never line up and both believe at the same time.
Yeah. fade away, vanish into small, fade away, break the crystal ball. That crystal ball is the mechanism by which you go and like see what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you lose your faith, then there's a sense in which you're breaking the crystal ball. Remember that guy, atheist dude, asked me, like, I think it was BM Fine asked me, he's like, what guarantees do you have for being a theist? And I said, oh, that's easy.
Yeah, he's gonna love me.
He's gonna love me tomorrow. Like, there's things that you know about the future based on your belief in the God of the Bible. And I'm saying the God of the Bible because he mentioned Psalms, okay? And don't message me and say, why are you bringing your religion into it? He brought the Psalms into it. The song is called The Sign of the Southern Cross, okay?
Do you know what a cross is?
Do you know what a cross is?
Do you know which religion uses a cross?
That was good. So like, yeah, but it's like, so there is a sense in which faith in God and in Christ and the Bible gives you an actual crystal ball into the future. In the sense of, I know that God is going to be for me, he loves me tomorrow, Jesus is going to be alive tomorrow, Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever, like he's never changing.
Yeah.
All that gets shattered if your faith becomes smaller and smaller and fades away.
Okay.
Because to the degree that you lose your faith, then that's the degree that you lose your future. Like, then you're going to have to create another future for yourself. On a small world west of wonder. That's a good line. It's a very good line.
Oh yeah, because you were using southern and now we're on west.
Yeah.
Why? What do you think that means?
Well, I think it's interesting because, you know, we talk a lot about the Western world and the Western world experienced the Enlightenment, and then we matured beyond, I forgot who was talking. Some atheist dude that I'm supposed to debate. I messaged a big homie on Twitter. I don't know, his rationality rules or something like that. I messaged him. Anyway, he said, he made some comment like, most of us have outgrown religion, you know, da-da-da-da. So it's like, but what happens is that your world becomes, you lose wonder in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, so like instead of saying, oh, I fell in love with a person, it was, oh, my neurons are just firing.
Yeah.
And, you know, I get these people, these scientifically inclined, they're like, I think it's amazing and wonderful that neurons fire. Yes. But most people, when they hear about falling in love, don't want to hear about fucking neurons, guy.
Not like,
okay?
My neurons are firing right now.
Yeah. I had no other choice but to like you because my neurons were just attracted to your set of neurons. So like strips like the transcendent. At minimum, you have to say that it's, you know, modernism just completely strips the transcendent away from people.
Yeah.
So like west of wonder, like if you live in the modern Western world, your wonder is over here. You lose the ability to wonder.
Yeah.
You know, I was reading this thing about like RC Sproul was talking about rain, and he was quoting Lewis, who was talking about rain, which is when a kid sees rain for the first time, they're like absolutely amazed, like, oh my God, this water's just falling from the sky, like you knew about this, and then the kid runs outside and he's you know, and the wonder that you know, Lewis basically said, like, you live in a fantasy world. Like, look at the stars. Like,
it's true.
That's where you know, Joe Rogan was talking about this, and he's hardly has the same philosophy as C.S. Lewis, where he was talking about going to some observatory and you can just see trillions of stars, and like, you know, he made sure he turned off his phone and all this so he could like
just take it all in,
be in, like, and realize that you're in the universe and how small you are and how amazing it is.
That's cool.
But that's the thing about the ego. Like, the bigger you are, the smaller your world is. So on a small world, west of wonder, it's like all of our modernism and all of the ego, all of the human ego that is fed by modernism.
Oh, wow.
And postmodernism, to a degree, strips you of wonder, and it makes everything small because you're so big.
Wow. Yeah.
So if you can find a way to stay small and to stay and to maintain that wonder, then you've figured it out. You know, but I think the song is about like having to exist. I think some people feel like they've hit a point of no return as far as that goes. You know?
Yeah, I think yeah, there are people that feel that way. I would agree with that.
Because in the next line it's somewhere, nowhere, all there's a rainbow that will shimmer. You know, like, you know, there's all this like, you know, mythical import that gets poured into rainbows. Like, you know, in the Bible, like God is like, I'm going to put my, you know, rainbow in the sky.
As a promise,
as a promise, and then scientists go, oh, that's just light particles in the air and blah, blah, blah. It's like...
So people slide to the end and get the pot of gold.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you know. And Sproul made a good point. It's like, that doesn't militate against the fact that it's still a sign from God. It's just how God does it.
Yeah.
You know. But, you know, people want to make it one or the other. You know, it's either particles of light or it's God's sign that he's not going to destroy the way.
At the same time.
Can't be simultaneous. No. If an echo doesn't answer when it hears a certain song, then the beast is free to wander. Whoo!
I didn't understand that.
If an echo doesn't answer, if you're singing out there or you're praying out there, but there's no response back, then the beast is free to wander, like the person inside of you, because it's never seen. See where it says a beast is free to wander, and then the very next line says, but never is seen around.
Yeah.
Meaning that you're the beast, but from the outside, you just look like a regular person. Yeah. But in reality, you're a beast.
What the heck? How did you get that from there? If an echo doesn't answer when it hears a certain song, then the beast is free to wander, but never is seen around. I don't see how you're getting that that's like a person that... I thought we were just talking about when you abandon the thought of like God and the wonder of the grandeur of this universe.
Right, and then you throw up a prayer or you throw up a song of worship, but it doesn't come back to you. You don't hear an echo. You don't hear a response.
Yeah.
Well, how does it progress? I'm just an animal then.
You're saying a response as in God responds back to you, not like a literal echo in a cave?
Right.
Oh.
Right. But I think I think the word echo is important because an echo is like, it's just waves bouncing off a wall or whatever. Because there's nothing really.
The rainbow.
Yeah, there's nothing really responding to you.
Yeah.
So it wasn't God responding to you in the first place. But if you don't hear that response from God,
unless you say that God is the one that set up an echo.
Well, that's still not God's voice.
No, it's not God's voice.
So I think it's doubling as God's voice. But here it's like if you can't connect to God is the point, then the beast is free to wander. Like, okay, but it's never seen around because you still look like yourself, but you've changed internally. Which of course, you know, it's a dichotomy. We live with dichotomies too, but it's strange to me that still in our modern parlance, if you say you're an animal, it's an insult.
Yeah.
And not a statement of fact.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it should be a statement of fact, shouldn't it? Why is it still an insult? Okay. So that's interesting. It's like when you don't hear that response, then the beast inside, well, okay, go for it. Why not? But then you still have the older generation trying to tell people like, go back to the Psalms, go back to the book, go back to the Word. But they'll make us strong. It'll make you strong.
Reach above your dreams of pleasure, giving life to those who died. Look beyond your own horizon, sail a ship of signs. The ship of signs.
There's a sign.
I don't know. I don't know what any of this is saying. It's just too.
Well, Dio.
It seems abstract to me.
Dio is a very abstract writer for sure. He's an abstract writer for sure. But in these two stanzas, it looks to me like the older generation is talking to the younger generation. So from the book, the word is spoken, whispers from forgotten psalms. Gather around all the young ones.
Yeah, all that made sense.
And so they're still talking. Reach above your dreams of pleasure. So the older generation is telling the younger generation, don't live a hedonistic lifestyle. So remember before I said that nihilism isn't the only option. Hedonism is another option, which is just live for pleasure.
Yeah.
Which is interesting in these moral discussions, like people like conveniently forget the hedonist option, which is the ultimate good is whatever gives me the most pleasure. Who do you tell a hedonist that he can't live like that?
Yeah.
And all the implications of what that is. But anyway, but the older generation saying, reach above the dreams of pleasure, giving life to those who died. Like there's something higher that the previous generation had that you're missing if you're only going after pleasure.
Yep.
Look beyond your own horizons.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Sail the ship of signs, meaning like the path that you take should be, because the sign is a sign of the cross. You know, so take that path is basically what. So those two stanzas are the older generation's advice to the younger generation. Mm-hmm. But look what he says. I can't accept it anymore. See?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's this conflict and this back and forth, but he says, I can't accept it anymore. And then it ends with, don't live for your pleasure, make life your treasure.
Yeah.
Fade away, 8 miles high, about to fall, no one there to catch you. Look for the sign, the time, the sign of the sudden cross. Like,
so is he still looking?
Well, it's basically 8 miles high could be literally you're on a plane and you're traveling, but there's nobody to catch. You're about to fall, nobody's going to catch you. Meaning
8 miles? You're more than 8 miles high when you're in a plane.
Well, right, but maybe you're landing. I mean, I just think it could be that, or it could be you're actually high. You know, like you're on drugs and you're about to fall and there's nobody there to catch you because you decided that you're going to live a hedonistic lifestyle. You know, and so, hey, I'm going to be a hedonist. Well, great. Now you're 8 miles high. You're about to fall. Nobody's going to catch you because you're in addiction. Da da da. Well, what do? You look for the sign. So, like, what do you have to fall back on? At the end of the day, all you have is the sign of the cross.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
So it's kind of like he can't accept it, but then I think at the end he like sees utility in religion.
But he can't accept it.
Which is where I think Jordan Peterson is. I don't think Peterson like believes with his whole soul that Jesus rose from the dead. I think he thinks it's probably a possibility, but I do think that he sees a lot of utility in it. He said, I'm not sure that I believe in God, but I live as if he exists.
Yeah.
Then he said, I don't know if I believe in the resurrection, but I live as if it happened.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. Because he doesn't think
he sees utility in it.
Well, yeah, he doesn't think that you can have an actual society that doesn't end in millions of dead bodies without a concept of God to referee us.
Oh, really?
He doesn't think it's possible. And that's because of Nietzsche. That's because of Nietzsche's prophecy and how it got fulfilled in the 20th century. And then he sees Jesus as the archetypical character for suffering and overcoming suffering. He doesn't think that there's anything higher than Jesus in handling the real world as far as managing suffering, because the cross is an instrument of torture and destruction, and he sees in the figure of Jesus a way to handle the destruction that life inevitably brings to you, because he's a psychologist, and a way to be reborn out of that So as far as like governing the world so it doesn't descend into chaos, God is important. And then as far as like handling life in the real world, Christ is important. But those are only important due to their utility. I don't think he obviously doesn't speak as if they're real. So anyway, what do you give the song?
I don't know. 8. But I would drop it to a 7 because I started feeling bored. But then I'm like, I think it's an 8. I'm going with an 8. It's a solid 8.
Okay, this is a historical moment.
Why?
This song is getting an 11. First time in Vin and Sori history.
How?
An 11.
The heck did it get an 11?
It's the only song. We've done, 350 plus songs?
I feel offended. How did it get an 11?
Are you serious? Everything was on 10. The music, the transitions, the vocals
you didn't
were
feel
smooth
like it was a little long?
Not at all.
Oh my god.
Not at all. The solo was great. It was perfect.
I'm gonna drop it to a 3.
It was a perfect song. You're ridiculous. It was a perfect song. It was.
Wow.
This is the best song that I've heard of all the songs that we've reviewed. Granted, we've only done 300 plus songs, but this was easily the best song that we've reviewed. It's unbelievable. Really good lyrics. Really, that guitar riff.
Oh my gosh.
It was the best song. Period. 11.
Well, there you have it.
I don't think I'm gonna give it's
a historical moment.
It's a historical moment. I don't think I'm gonna give out another 11 for probably another 4 or 5 months. We've never done it before.
Wow.
Is that good? That good. Such a good song. Unbelievable. What did you give it?
I gave it an 8, and I was debating a 7.
Now,
I'm gonna switch it to a 7, and it's gonna be a 7-11.
You're ridiculous. Every instrument was perfect. Vocally, this guy is unbelievable. It was just really, really good. The bass, I could hear the bass, and it was going. They placed those. The production was excellent. Such a really, really good song. It's an 11 for me.
Shocking.
Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.